Welcome to Intriguing Investments and Research. Today we're looking at Skillz, ticker symbol SKLZ. This is presented by Maya Parker, which is me, myself, and I. So the first things, timestamps in the description, but first we're looking at company, industry overview, the thesis, valuation, risk and catalyst, along with some other things. Link timestamps in the description. So Skillz was founded with the belief that everyone loves to compete. The broad vision of Skillz is to build the competition layer of the internet by reinventing competitive mobile gaming. To achieve that vision, Skillz has built a proprietary, patent-protected, skill-based mobile gaming platform that enables third-party mobile game developers to integrate their respective games with the Skillz platform, features that enables competitive gaming that is fair, fun, and rewarding. Skillz has developed this esports platform connecting game developers with game users through multiplayer competition that enables monetization for the developers while letting users win monetary rewards based on competition outcome. Skillz provides a software development kit (SDK) that game developers can integrate with their games to enable the features provided by Skillz platform. This software integration is fairly simple, and based on some reports, it can be accomplished in a day or two. These games that are developed using Skillz begin as free-to-play games, but once they meet certain well-defined criteria, the game can provide prize competitions to the users where each user can wager a certain amount of money for each competitive game and win a certain reward, monetary or otherwise, based on outcome of the competition. These competitive tournaments can be 1-to-1 or may involve several players competing for a reward. So this industry is pretty massive. As you can see, gaming has clips, movies, music, and books. So you can see how fast it's growing as far as CAGR, compound annual growth rate, and you can also see kind of the market for it. As you can see, mobile gaming is really big, not even including gaming itself, and it's expected to grow a good amount. This I got from the Skillz investor presentation, and links to all the things I've used in the description. So business model. So there's, for example, let's just say two gamers. So two gamers, they both are paying an entry fee, and then that equals the GMV, the entry fees combined, or the which you have to pay combined. That's the GMV, and then you can see the rest of the stuff. So as you can see, gross margins are really high, and all these other things. So that's really cool. I like that, and it seems like a good business model. But you can look at it, pause if you want to see. So, what do gamers value? What do the developers value? So they have it right here, and what old models deliver, more like older models deliver. This is what they deliver: pay to win, interruption with ads, of course, broken economics, and gimmicks. So that's never good. And so when you look at what gamers value, what developers value, Skillz delivers a much better, platform for all of this to work out. So for gamers, they're providing meaningful competition, not pay to win, or meaningful connection, not pay to win. It's like skills to win. It's based upon your skills. Therefore, by the way, it's also not really considered gambling because it's based upon your skills. For example, so we were doing a Spanish test in Spanish class the other day, and my Spanish teacher always carries this silver coin with him. It looked kind of like a good luck thing. But anyways, so we had a tie for if we were going to do one test or going to do two tests. And so he used the coin and he just played it by chance. He let us pick heads or tails. And of course, my team lost because it was a game of chance. And so when I was thinking about, man, if it was actually with skills, I probably would have won because I'm really good at sports and stuff. But that had nothing to do with sports. But usually I win when it's not a game of chance. And so that proved right there to me, this is really, really different, because at first I was like, cool, I think it's really an amazing platform, but it doesn't really deliver. But I do think it was really cool, so I started a small position into it. But then after that, I was like, man, this really is a big thing. Rather than a game of chance, a game of skills, I probably could have won. It could have been two tests rather than one test, because two tests raises your grade, of course. So, and that also, along with other different things, provides fair competition. And then developers, they need network exposure, and they want financial success. Skillz delivers on that too. More about that in their investor presentation and all the other resources you can find while researching companies. So, skills versus chance games. Chance games are no correlation. It's all over the place. You never know if you're going to win, But with games of skill, it just depends on how much time you put in, and that provides a positive correlation along with other things, of course. And in their investor presentation, you saw where there's like a lot of minutes time spent on the Skillz platform. It's because if you want to learn, you got to use your skill. That means you have to practice your skill. Practice makes perfect. So you're going to practice it and practice it. And along with gaming, we already know gaming is massive. We already know people are addicted to it. That's all they think about. And so when it's a game of skill, you just really are trying to make sure that you're really good at it even more, because you can't just pay to win. You actually have to work hard. Kind of like for sometimes like in that one class in school when you can't cheat, or maybe when you can't get your, like, I don't know, but like that one class in school you can't cheat. You can't, like, you have to make sure that you are really working hard, and you're not actually you can't like cheat, so you can't, like, not saying pay to win but cheat to win. So you know what I mean? Well, I know what I mean, and I'm pretty sure any kids will know what I mean. So the Skillz platform consists of Skillz makes gaming better for everyone with a proprietary, highly scalable software platform. The Skillz platform consists of live operations, the gamer competition engine, the developer console, the payment infrastructure, and data science. So basically, Skillz is a software platform or a software company that benefits from the rapidly growing industry of gaming, mobile gaming to be specific, which is growing very rapidly, as we saw earlier in the industry kind of overview. So the next thing is kind of the thesis. So this will be linked in the description, like both of this, the thesis overview, which, I could go right here and talk about it. But yeah, the thesis overview and the intro to the thesis. So it's really cool things. Like basically the India market is going to be massive. This company, they're very conservative on their projections. There's huge insider ownership, amazing balance sheet, equity positive, essentially no debt, basically no debt. Really good company, and I think the fair value is more, well, we'll get into that right now. So the valuation, like anywhere, I don't really think it's like $48.22. I think it's actually pretty higher, because I think the growth estimates, I think they're going to grow way more, and they're really going to do better than what a lot of people are projecting. So you can say fair value $55, based upon like what I'm seeing. So personally, I think in 2025 they will have around $500 to $600 million in free cash flow. And so when we look at multiples we can possibly put on that, we look at Nvidia, look at Peloton, look at SciPlay. Like, there's not many competitors to this. Like I said, they're really disruptive. They're making meaningful competition. There's not many platforms that allow that. So when you look at those different things, you can't really find a lot of competitors. So I tried to find companies that were growing rapidly, and just try to find companies really. The first companies that came to my mind when I thought about this is what I looked for. So I saw Nvidia. They're trading at around 100 times basically free cash flow. Peloton. So you can see these different multiples. And then you see SciPlay, which is kind of different. But I expect them to grow by 3 to 5% per year. But they are trading at pretty low free cash flow multiples even for that, basically. Like at around 3-4 times, which is pretty low. Well, about 3 to 5 times, which is pretty low for any company. Because really, growth is a factor in value, and value is not a factor in growth. So value is included in growth. Like, it's the growth of value over time, over an investment's time span, basically. So anyways, that is really low. So SciPlay is is very interesting. And I believe they have pretty good margins too. I haven't really looked into it that in depth. But yeah, Peloton and Nvidia are pretty high. So let's look at it. So I said 500 to 600 million of free cash flow. So let's just say so 500 million. So 500 times, like, maybe, like, let's just say 50. That would indicate about $25 billion market cap. And then if we do 500 times, like, maybe, what was it, like 100? So, or we can just say 90 to be a little bit more. I guess that's not even conservative, but say that. So that's about $45 billion. So like I said, this company has massive potential in 2025. Just in 2025. That's not even looking 10 years out. That gets me already intrigued. Very intrigued. And so then there's not many risks, but here are a couple risks. So you can see this, basically MAU, and then you can read this positive if you want to see. And then you can see user churn. But I think this company really is an amazing company. And that DraftKings hype with I believe it's ARK Invest, that the people shining a light a little bit more on the gaming industry more, people will find companies like this and just hype them up, in my opinion. But you never know. But even without hype, I think it's a very interesting company. So Apple will eventually impose fees is another one I found. Large game developers are Unity will build something similar, something else I found. But what was so interesting when finding a lot of these different risks, I found really cool things that really exposed how good their moats really are. For example, Sony, I believe, yeah, Amazon and Sony, besides other venture-backed startups, have tried to emulate this, like the business, these things over the years and have failed. A few have tried to compete using games they own, but so far have not been successful. So while it is not impossible for others to replicate Skillz' model, it seems to be very difficult to compete with Skillz at scale. Skillz operates in this space. So Skillz has several years of head start, being singularly focused on competitive gaming while creating a formidable moat with patents and data, of course, which is kind of like, well, it's very interesting, but we can talk about it a little bit later. So here's another one: game quality and genre diversity, regulatory concerns. So now let's look at this. So other intriguing investment and investment research, basically. So here, I really so basically says, I was wondering if you could send me a one-page report on your bull thesis of ENGMF. It's okay if you can't or don't have time, because I will research it. But if you can, that would be great. And also, if you send me the one-pager, could I have permission? So basically, this is what they put. So try to find intriguing investment research to share. This looks very intriguing. I think this is kind of like a gameplay. And it just looks very intriguing. So, yeah, definitely check this company out. I'm probably gonna check it out a little bit later. But so look at their portfolio, up 100% plus in the past year. You can see they invested in Shopify, Roku, which I find a very intriguing play, even still today, Roku. And some other companies, including this. So they're very diversified, but all of the companies have been up a pretty massive amount. And then you can also see E and GMF in there, and it's not even up that much for them in there. But I just found it very intriguing when I was looking at the stock portfolio, and it was up this pretty much. So here I just want to do this because I just provide value back to you guys. So the resources used are linked in the description, as well as anything that I think provides value to you.